All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the YouTube channel. And say hello to YouTube, everybody here in Twitch. I am streaming this tier list making live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. Make sure to give the channel a follow. Say hi to me while I'm streaming. I stream most days out of the week. But yeah, let's get into it. We're doing today very similar to the Symphony of the Night tier list that we made, based off of which bosses I find to be the most annoying. We're doing it again, but this time with Aria of Sorrow. I just finished a randomizer playthrough. I got to see basically all of these bosses, except for Huntress. She's the only one I didn't actually fight. But regardless, that's spoilers for that. Let's talk about these bosses based off of how annoying. What would be the worst tier for the most annoying boss in the game? It's going to be Miserable. Is that how you spell it? Or is it Miserable? What? They don't even know. I don't know how to spell. Miserable. Thank you. Miserable pile of doo-doo. And I think it's fair to say that Chaos belongs in the miserable pile of doo-doo tier, because holy crap, this boss fight is so stupid. This is the era where Igarashi and his team decided to just like do a bunch of drugs, I guess, before designing their final bosses, because Aria of Sorrow has a terrible final boss. Freaking Dawn of Sorrow, terrible final boss. Portrait has a decent final boss, kind of. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult final boss. And then somewhere around Order of Ecclesia, they kind of chilled out and they're just like, well, we'll just make it Dracula, like, again, but like normal Dracula. The Chaos fights, and it's just so dumb. I kind of want to... It deserves its own tier, honestly. I think it might exist alone in its own tier at the very, very top, but we'll get into the rest of the boss fights and talk about it. Chaos is an abstract art. Oh my god, yeah. Having to fight both of them at the same time, both Dracula and Death at the same time, is what I meant by it kind of being horrible. But nonetheless, I think this is just awful, just miserable. And I think underneath we're gonna put what do I name this tier? Merciless. That's definitely how you spell it. Google, help me out. Marvelous. God damn it. How do you help? How does Google not get there? I was so close, like every time. Merciless, killing machine with no sense of morals. That's gonna be Julius. Holy crap, dude. Julius, for whatever reason, all of his attacks are relatively dodgeable, especially in first phase. It's just that his whip has like strangely long range on it, and on top of that, he has so much HP. Well, what's his total HP pool, actually? I want to know, because it feels like it's a couple thousand, right? Julius Aria of Sorrow boss. I'm sure it'll pop up in... He has 6,000 HP, 9,999 MP, so don't try and switch his HP and his MP. That's a bad idea. He resists stone, curse, poison, and light. He has 80 defense, 95 attack. Yeah. He is just so powerful. All of his moves do like multiple, like triple digit damage every single time. Die monster. All right. Die monster. Julius is really just the most powerful vampire hunter for a reason. Once he gets into his second phase, it does become harder to dodge his attacks because you can't crouch reliably under his standing whip because he can throw holy water. The cross also hits you if you're crouching. So you just kind of have to space him out. The only reason why he's not in the worst tier possible is because all of his attacks are mostly dodgeable, and if you have long range, like a gun or the laser cannon or whatever, you can kind of just cheese him out by running away and shooting the gun. So I have no clue how the MP works in this game, but maybe. But yeah, he is really, really annoying. Next tier is going to be Fake Dracula tier. Honestly, they're both pretty annoying, both fights. I would say that Phase 3 of Graham is more annoying than Phase 2. Also, Graham's head is just like cut off in this image. Yeah, dude. Julius is super, super strong. Please stop. Yeah. Please. Oh my god. How do you get the good ending again? But yeah, this guy... This is obviously reminiscent of Dracula in Symphony of the Night, the second phase or third phase, whatever you want to call it. Graham alone, just teleporting around and throwing Hellfire, isn't that scary, to be honest. He can be annoying because his attacks come out without any sort of animation. He just lifts his hand up, and then a certain amount of time passes, and then the balls come out. So if you don't have that timing memorized, he will just hit you. And he does a lot of damage. This fight is a little bit more annoying because you have to deal with the two hands closing in at different intervals. And they have like the little flashes, so you have to react to that. And then there's the lightning cloud above you, and it always is tracking you. So you can't just sit on one side and then like crouch under the hand and then attack. You have to switch sides. And then you also need to be able to crouch the hand. But that's about it for this boss fight. All the moves are very dodgeable. It's just that you can also get comboed pretty bad, to be honest. Like, he does just kind of combo the mess out of you. Honestly, you know what I will do, though? Yeah, these guys are annoying, but they're not that bad. I will make a tier, however, above... Nope. Julius, you need to go up. I need to make a tier below here. And then this tier is going to be... what do I want to call this? Annoying AF, but reasonably... How did I mess that up? Dyslexia. Reasonably shouldn't die that often. And that's going to be Chaos 1. This fight is really annoying, especially because you get all of your souls taken away. And in Aria of Sorrow, souls are so incredibly powerful. Your normal like damage-dealing weapons, unless you have like Acclaim or some of the other more busted weapons in the game, like some of the super OP weapons, you kind of like aren't doing like a ton of damage overall. The blue statue throwing like the giant thing at you is really, really annoying. Double hit weapon is needed. Kind of. I wouldn't say you need a double hit, but it is really nice. You want a weapon that has like a swing hitbox, like an overhead swing hitbox, like a Claim, or I use the Asafune in my run, and that was pretty nice because it helps you deflect the red statue when it shoots the projectiles at you. The blue statue you can dodge. You have plenty of time to react and dodge. It's when the blue statue and the red statue at the same time kind of attack you. That's when you end up in situations where it's like near undodgeable attack patterns. And also the red statues like projectiles are pretty annoying. Sometimes it feels like you should be able to swat them away, but you just can't for whatever reason. So I don't know. I got hit by a bunch that seemed like BS. Like my sword was out, but the hitbox is kind of jank. So I don't know. Long story short, they're definitely, I would say, more annoying than Graham, like both of these Graham fights, because these Graham fights you can kind of do damageless pretty reliably in my opinion, but the risk involved with taking damage specifically for this version of Graham is pretty annoying. Other version of Graham, he just does a lot of damage. Yeah, the crystals have a weird hitbox. The yellow statue, it just depletes your MP over and over again, but you have no souls when you do the fight to start with, and it's not like, it's just kind of annoying. You just keep losing your MP, which means you don't have as much MP for the Chaos 2 fight, which can be pretty miserable. Underneath is going to be, I think, it's hard to really. Hits hard, but easy to dodge attacks. I'm going to put Balor at the top, even though I'll put easy in quotation, because Balor's attacks are technically pretty easy to dodge, but they do hit pretty hard. The fists can hit you and like launch you across the room. The second phase, you should never really get hit, especially if you have double jump. You just jump over the flames and then keep attacking him. As long as you're not too greedy, you should be able to dodge the flame attack every single time. Yeah, it's easy in theory, kind of tricky on the execution. The other boss that I would also put in this tier is going to be Legion. Legion, he hits really, really hard, especially if he like flies over you in a specific way. And then you're just like getting comboed to death over and over and over again. Legion is like super. Honestly, I think Legion might end up. He probably hits harder than Balor, in my opinion. So Balor is going to go underneath. But yeah, Legion just hurts really, really bad if you get into a really unlucky spot. Plus the bodies themselves, the ones that fall off of Legion, they don't die as easily in this game as they do in other games. They have like over 100 something HP. Legion is supposed to be like the optional boss of this game. Like he doesn't unlock anything necessarily, but yeah, he can be quite annoying overall. Personally, I hate Legion. Legion needs movement and really know your surroundings. Yeah, like you shouldn't necessarily get hit by anything if you're careful, but the downside of getting hit is pretty bad. And he always chases you too, yeah. So you can't just like loop around him or anything like that to get some free hits. It's true, it's true. Yeah, the lasers can be annoying. Yeah, actually, yeah. The later part, he does get pretty annoying with the lasers, but is he more annoying than these guys? Not really. I would say right now the list is pretty fair. You know, honestly, who else kind of belongs in this tier, oddly enough? Assuming that you do the game kind of in its intended order, I think Manticore might be at the bottom of this tier. Because, hear me out. Manticore, he poisons you with his tail, and then you're doing less damage overall. His fire attacks, if you don't have any sort of defense, they do like almost 70 damage? Like, for how early on you have to fight Manticore, his attacks are pretty telegraphed for the most part, but they're actually kind of hard to dodge sometimes, depending. And he does hit really, really hard for how early of a boss he is. Yeah, I would say he's one of the more challenging early game bosses in like any Castlevania game overall. And then kind of BS attack patterns, but don't hit hard enough to be scared, really. That's going to be Death with the laser attack. And then this guy with the rock blast. when he throws the rocks everywhere, it's honestly kind of... You have to go to the other side of the room, and you have to do it kind of quickly. If you don't have movement, you can end up getting in scenarios where you just get hit. Same with his hands. His hands when he reels back and then throws them at you. But overall... So Golem, right? The rock Golem. I forget the actual name of the boss, but... and then Head Huntress. Yeah, she has some BS attacks. Specifically when she's in her third phase. I probably should have broken these up into separate phases. I would say Final Form Head Huntress is really annoying. Yeah, the third phase is really the trouble for Head Huntress. And I think we have one more row below, which is super slow telegraphed attacks can only hit you if you fell asleep with the controller in your hand. And that's going to be these two. I think Final Guard might be at the very bottom because no, actually Creaking Skull might be at the very bottom. These guys are so close together. They basically do the same thing. They just stand there and then you just hit them a bunch. I will say they can hit you with their actual physical body hitbox more often than their actual attack. Because it's just so telegraphed. Like Creaking Skull, he just is like, I'm lifting my bone up. I'm going to hit you with my bone. Actually, he has the fireball attack. Never mind. The fireball attack sometimes will hit me. But this dude, the Final Guard fucking ass, whatever his name is, so easy to dodge. Like, yeah, they get demoted to normal enemies later on. That's true. Are there any other of these? None of the other guys turn into normal enemies. Normal ass enemy tier. Is it enemy with a Y? Yeah. There you go. I think that's a fair name. Super slow telegraphed attacks can only hit you if you fell asleep with the controller in your hand. Normal ass enemy tier. Very catchy, rolls off the tongue. Very easy to remember specifically. Yeah, I think this is a pretty quick one. There aren't that many bosses in the game. Is there anything... I think Head Huntress actually might be more BS with her attack patterns. This guy is honestly bordering on super slow telegraphed attacks because his attacks are slow and telegraphed. It's just that the Rock Blast attack hits me more often than it doesn't. And I think it's because his animation kind of looks the same as if he's just walking. Like he reels his head back, but he also does that when he walks. I don't know. This guy's actually a normal ass enemy too. Wait. He gets demoted to normal ass enemy later on too. Is Manticore reused too? Wait a minute. I think this guy has to move down because of that. Manticore stays because of how difficult I think Manticore is as a boss fight. But then, where is he in the normal game? I don't know. I don't remember. Later on? In the gardens? Oh, he is in the floating garden. Well, but his attacks... he still hits hard, though. I think by principle, he has to go all the way down into this tier because he is a normal-ass enemy. But he can still hit you. Actually, I don't know. I'm sorry. Manticore... For the Manticore fight, he deserves to be in this tier. But realistically, he belongs in this tier. I'm sorry. Except... Okay, you know what? You're so right. Normal-ass enemy tier. Except... Manticore. He's too cool. I think that solves all of our problems here. Just adding more stipulations to this bottom tier. I think it makes it more clear for the people watching at home. what this means, honestly. So later on, you do fight him with better armor and souls and stuff. Yeah, the reason why he's up here is because of when you fight him so early on in the game. If you were doing like the entry randomizer or whatever and you fought this guy later, then it doesn't really matter. But do a tier list. Guys, my tier names are important. They mean something. Don't roast me over my tiers. But yeah, that's going to be it for this tier list. Pretty quick and easy, quick and dirty. Tell me if I'm stupid and wrong and everything I say is a lie in the comments below. Or you can just agree with everything that I say. Just comment below saying, wow, your opinions are so objectively correct. I can't believe that anybody else in the world would ever have differing opinions than you. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already and follow the Twitch channel, all that fun stuff, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for watching.